Hello, good day. This is John Miguel Dimaggio. I will be discussing the Labor Code of the Philippines. This legal code governing employment practices and labor relations in the Philippines, which was enacted on May 1st by the late President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos, in the exercise of his extant legislative powers. The Labor Code sets the rules for hiring and firing of private employees, the conditions of work including maximum work hours and overtime, employees' benefits such as holiday pay, 13-month pay, and retirement pay, and the guidelines in the organization and membership in labor unions as well as in collective bargaining. The Labor Code contains several provisions which are beneficial to laborers. It prohibits termination of employment and except for just or authorized causes as prescribed in the Article 282 to 284 of the Code. The right to self-organization of a union is expressly recognized, as is the right of a union to insist on a closed shop. So these are the articles governing the Labor Code. Let's start with Article 278 for coverage. The provisions of this title shall apply to all establishments or undertaking, whether for profit or not. Then the next article would be Article 279, security of tenure or tenureship. In cases of regular employment, the employer shall not terminate the service of an employee except for a just cause or when authorized by this title. An employee who is unjustly dismissed from work shall be entitled to reinstatement without loss of seniority, rights, and other privileges, and to his full back wages, inclusive of allowances, and to his other benefits. So next article is Article 280 or 280, the regular and casual employment. An employment shall be deemed as to be regular where the employee has been engaged to perform activities which are usually necessary or desirable in the usual business or trade of the employer, except where the employment has been fixed for a specific project or undertaking, the completion or termination of which has been determined at the time or of the engagement of the employee, or where the work or service to be performed is seasonal, provided that any employee has rendered at least 1 year of service, whether such service is continuous or broken, shall be considered a regular employee with respect to the activity in which he is employed, and his employment shall continue while such activity exists. Next article would be Article 281, the probationary employment. Probationary employment shall not exceed 6 months, so it will only be 6 months, and then they can be regular afterwards, from the date the employee started working, unless it is covered by an apprenticeship agreement stipulating a longer period. It depends if it is a private company or not. Article 282, termination by employer. So these are the causes for termination. Let's start with the serious misconduct or willful disobedience of the employee of the lawful. And second would be gross and habitual neglect by the employee of his duties. Third one would be fraud. That's willful breach by the employee of the trust reposed in him by employer or duly authorized representative. The last one would be commission of a crime or offense by the employee against the person of his employer and or any immediate member of his family or his duly authorized representatives. There is also one added, other causes analogous to the foregoing, so it depends on the contract. Next article would be Article 286, when employment not deemed terminated. So the bona fide suspension of the operation of a business or undertaking for a period not exceeding 6 months, or the fulfillment by the employee of a military or civic duty, shall not terminate employment. In all such cases, the employer shall reinstate the employee to his former position without loss of seniority rights if he indicates his desire to resume his work not later than 1 month from the resumption of operations of his employer or his relief from the military or civic duty. So this usually takes part if they need to be instated in the military or the force. Next one would be for the retirement, Article 287. Any employee may be retired upon reaching the retirement age established in the collective bargaining agreement or other applicable employment contract. In case of retirement, the employee shall be entitled to receive such retirement benefits as he may have earned under existing laws and collective bargaining agreement and other agreements. Detail service and agricultural establishments of or operations employing not more than 10 employees or workers are exempted from the coverage of the provision. Violation of this provision is hereby declared unlawful and subject to the penal provision under Article 288 of this code. So that should be all the articles that govern the labor code. And thank you so much for staying and listening. May you have a great day ahead.